All right, guys, to main man here, Double H half up here for today's Monday show where we shall be discussing some transfer news, some basic football news, as well as going in deep, fully into the Copa America because the Copa America, as you well know, for those that don't realize, is happening this weekend. So this is when the Copa America will finally begin. But obviously, I mean, and what I will be doing is I will be discussing each team one by one, culminating obviously in the main preview, which will be happening, I believe, on Friday before the match between USA and Colombiano. So I think, without further ado, I think the first thing that we need to do is discuss the different transfer news that is around here. So I think the first thing really is this whole thing concerning Dani Alves, which I think is the biggest transfer news. So Dani Alves has been with Barcelona for, I believe, 6 or 7 years, 6 or 7 seasons. So he's been with Barcelona for a long time. And it's one of those things of where he's been so a part of this generation of PK, Messi, Iniesta, Xavi, Jessica Alba, that you just assumed that this guy would pretty much retire at Barcelona. That's what everyone assumed. But now what we're hearing is that this guy may actually be going to Juventus. So you could be seeing Dani Alves moving into Juventus, which for me, I just think it just seems very strange that Barcelona would even want to sell that guy. Because Dani Alves has been very, very important for Barcelona. I am not going to put him as one of the best right backs of all time because, again, that's just being extremely stupid because that's disrespecting Cafu. That is disrespecting Ilam, who I believe is probably the best right back I've ever seen. But his contributions for Barcelona have been huge. His assists, how he plays within the game, his contribution to the game has been massive. So I believe and I think that, I don't know, this is strange. I mean, so look, I mean, and so Andy, I mean, what's your take on this whole Dani Alves transfer thing then, in your view? Yo, Andrew, is your mic working? Okay, okay, love it. All right, I think he needs to rejoin. So yeah, so look, basically, yeah. And as for Juventus, I think that is a great buy because the right back, or let's say right wing back for those guys, I Lindsteiner, hasn't really been very good for those guys. So I think that this is definitely an upgrade for Juventus in terms of getting your boy Dani Alves in there. So I mean, let's bring in a guy. So Jonathan, is your mic working there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. We can hear you, man. So we're just talking about the transfer here of your boy. What's it called? Dani Alves to Juventus, which looks like it could be happening. So, what's your take on Dani Alves leaving Barcelona and joining Juventus?
Um, I think it's a good thing for Daniel Alves, but I don't really think it's very good for Barcelona because Daniel Alves has been at Barcelona for a very long time. He has been incorporated into their system, the way they play, the Barcelona culture, and all of that. So, and I do not think as of right now they have a good replacement for him. I know that Barcelona you're trying to get Hector Bellerin from Arsenal. So if that
But really,
goes,
I mean, like, look. This Bellerin guy. Look, he's good. He's quick. He's fast. But come on, man,
He
that
doesn't
guy
compare
can't
to
be
yeah,
Dani Alves.
good. What is it?
obviously, yeah, he's not as good as Daniel Alves, but he's still a very young player. Like he has a lot to learn and to grow, and
Yeah,
he's
he's got the
definitely going to
potential.
do that.
I think
Yeah,
Dani Alves
exactly.
played a critical role in Barcelona's attack in the last 8 years, and he actually played the same
Hmm.
exact way in Sevilla. If you watch older Sevilla games,
Yeah.
he played the same way. He will be a big miss, but I think he could add a lot of dynamism to
No, no, for
Juventus.
me, I think. Look, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
You
No, I
could
mean, no.
move
I think
Lichtsteiner
no.
back to his
Look,
older position.
why? Which
Yeah.
is no, no, no. Alexander, he's a right wing back for Juventus.
Right.
So
Hmm.
So So the thing about Lichtsteiner is that he did also play as a right wing for Juventus a couple of years ago. He wasn't the
look,
main
man,
he wasn't the
sometimes
main right wing
depending.
player, but
look,
I
man,
think
look, man. I'm not sure about putting him as a right wing, man. I
oh no,
don't
no,
think
I'm
that
just saying
would.
he would be like a bench option in case injuries happen. But Dani Alves will be a huge signing for Juventus in my opinion. He's
uh,
still at the
and
pinnacle
he's
of his career.
yeah, he's definitely going to be Mr. Barcelona because he's been there for a long time. Like his connection with Messi on the wing is like that has really helped Barcelona over the years. So they're really going to be affected by Barcelona because every time he hasn't played and they've been playing the Alex guy that they bought back, he hasn't really been as effective as Daniel
Oh, no, look,
Alves.
man, no, that he's been alright, but I think, look, if they get a Dani Alves, because for me personally, I just think it's shocking that Barcelona would even allow that kind of transfer to even take place, just because of just how
Yeah. Hello?
Barcelona. But my thing really is also you've also got this whole well, because Mascherano has said that he doesn't actually enjoy playing defense. And this guy, he's not a defender. He's never been a defender playing
He's a
in this position.
CDM.
I think the belief
Por
was that
quê? Eu estou a ouvir
he
uma
played
coisa.
there. No, that's it. So he played there like
Digo, está
temporarily,
feliz.
but like that wasn't really his preferred position. So I
Não sempre come.
mean, Mascherano.
Anyone else hearing a lot of feedback?
Yeah, there's a lot of feedback. I think someone has like a TV or something on.
Have hope. You're cutting out. We can't hear you.
Yeah, I can't hear him either. Is he still there?
Yeah, it says he's still on the call. Let's continue the discussion anyway. So,
Yeah,
in terms of other
yeah,
transfer news, I heard Marco Reus is demanding that Dortmund sign players this summer. It sounds like he might be a bit frustrated that Dortmund's selling all their players. So, what do you think
mm.
about that?
Well, I mean, like with all the rumors that have been going on with Aubameyang, I know that his coach for Gabon just came out and said that Aubameyang didn't want to play in the last friendly match they had he he was going to be transferring to another team.
Right.
So but I mean, like, who knows how true that is? And the chairman of Dortmund came out and said that was absolutely rubbish. So
Which I can
um
see being the truth because if you remember
mhm.
correctly, Aubameyang said it was his dream. He actually promised his grandfather that he'd play for Real Madrid.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
that doesn't make a lot of sense because I don't think he'd be talking to Madrid because Madrid are currently in talks with Lewandowski. So I don't think he'd
yeah.
sign two strikers in one summer. But you never
I
know.
don't think so. I do not see Madrid signing two strikers. And another thing, since Zidane is the coach of Real Madrid, he's obviously going to favor Benzema a little bit because he's also French. And whoever is coming in would have to probably maybe be ready for that at the same time.
Right. I mean,
And
as a Madrid fan, I think you make a point. But the thing is, I really don't appreciate how Benzema's season has gone this season. I think he could have offered a lot more dynamism to the team. But
yeah, honestly, I think with Benzema this season, I think he did really, really well in the league. Like, if you look at his league game performances, he mostly scored. It was mostly the one that scored first in most of Madrid's matches this season. But and obviously he has been affected by, I don't know, whatever is going on in his national team,
Oh, yeah,
and he
oh, yeah,
didn't really.
sorry, guys. Yeah, like I think I just got kicked off by mistake. Sorry. So what were you guys saying?
we're just talking
Yeah,
about other transfer news, is like Aubameyang and what have you.
yeah,
And we're
Man,
currently
look,
talking about Benzema.
I think about that Aubameyang thing, man. For me, I just see you know what? If Aubameyang leaves Dortmund, you know what? They literally should just cancel the Bundesliga next season, like completely. Like they should just kind of like there's no point in going like. So they're gonna lose Aubameyang, they're gonna lose Hummels, they're gonna lose Gundogan all in the same
In
summer.
one season,
What's the
yeah,
point?
that in one summer, sorry.
No, I
That was
don't. For me, like
crazy.
that's for me. That's what it's completely stupid, completely and utterly stupid. If all that happens in the same summer, so no, for me, I think that literally, man. I think so. But look, moving on from those transfer things, those are the main thing. Your thoughts before we go into this whole Copa America and looking at Chile in particular. Um, your thoughts on this whole Mourinho to United thing? Do you actually think this guy can actually go out and win the Premiership for these guys?
I think he will make Old Trafford a fortress again because if you look at Mourinho, one of his greatest strengths is that his home record is unparalleled in the Premier League. So if he can gather the
Yeah,
right amount of players and the right tactics, Old Trafford might actually be a difficult place to go and play away again because it hasn't been that way since Ferguson. It hasn't been completely
But
that
no,
way since
but
Ferguson.
the thing is that people say this, but at the end of the day, if Mourinho doesn't get the players, United are not sniffing anything.
exactly. That's what I was also thinking because the thing about Mourinho is, I
He
mean,
needs the
Mourinho is,
players. He needs
yeah,
his players.
he needs the right players at United, but at the same time, like you also have to take into account like how he did during the last months at Chelsea. The team was really poor, and that's something you've seen with Mourinho's team, with Chelsea and with Real Madrid. So like you have to also consider which Mourinho are they getting, and Mourinho he was
But
really agitated by
like
Pep Guardiola.
in defense to that, though, like that Chelsea thing. I've always said to people that that was literally an anomaly because that was a particular situation in which there was like a mutiny. The players rebelled against him. So whatever
Yeah.
he was doing, those players were just not responding to him, and there was infighting within the team.
Yeah, exactly. But what was the reason? Like, Mourinho is the manager. If that's the case, why didn't they want to play for Mourinho? And is that something that might happen again at Manchester United? Because if the players don't want to play for him again at Man
The thing
United,
about
then
Mourinho, I've seen a lot of interviews and documentaries about Mourinho. I've studied him in a way, and I think the thing about Mourinho, the reason why he only lasts about 3 to 4 years at a club is that he is an extremely demanding manager.
yes, that's
Both in
true.
any competition, he is extremely demanding. And if you've noticed, Mourinho does usually like to take a lot of the blame away from the players through press conferences and what have you. But I think he was
Hmm.
getting extremely frustrated in his last season, and you can't really blame him based on the way Chelsea was playing. But
No,
like I think Mourinho was
All I'm saying is
50% to
that
blame, and the players were 50%
no,
in
it's
his
true. No,
last
for me,
season.
like we can talk about demanding, but I think at the end of the day, I've always said, look, I still think Mourinho is one of the greatest managers out there. But with the whole Man United thing, I will have to stop short from saying 100% these guys are going to win the league next season because for me, I have to see. Come August, talk to me. Come August, talk
Yeah.
to me. As of right now, if he's going into that season with Carrick in midfield, Mata, Rooney as the main striker, then I'm sorry, man.
I
They don't.
don't think Mata will play because he sold Mata to Chelsea. So
Have hope. I completely agree with you, but I'm gonna just play devil's advocate here. The last time Sir Alex Ferguson won the league, he did it with a bunch of nobodies.
For,
So it is
and
possible if your tactics are
no.
correct.
But that's the key thing here. Really, just the last one before we go to the Copa America. The thing is that Ferguson, I believe, is one of the greatest managers of all time because Ferguson, I believe, is one of the few managers who he can take an average team and make them amazing. He was unique in that because again, you look at like Neville is from the road. Guys like Gary Neville and Phil Neville, these guys are from the road. These are not world class elite players. These are just like guys from the gutter. So
Who
he
is
took
Nicky Butt?
he took Nicky Butt. He took gutter kids and made these guys Premiership champions and Champions League winners. So I don't think
yeah.
Mourinho can do that per se. I think Ferguson
What
was unique in being
what do you what do you
do
guys
that.
think about Manchester City and Pep Guardiola and how that dynamic with Mourinho will play? Like, Pep versus Mourinho again in
No, no, no. I mean, I've
Manchester.
always said that. I think that Pep is gonna struggle finding the Premiership because he doesn't have Messi, which he had at Barcelona. He doesn't have a stacked team in Bayern Munich. He's facing Chelsea, who are going to become strong. Because remember, in Bundesliga, only Bayern had the cash. In La Liga, you have
True,
the best player in the world in Messi. So you're
Messi.
only really competing against Real. You're competing against the money of Chelsea, the money of Man United, and also the ability of the consistency of Arsenal to always get into that top four. So, and also Stoke City away. Stoke City away. So it is far more threats. I think it will definitely be much more of a challenge of him. So look, let's quickly go into the Copa America. So obviously the Copa America it pops off this weekend. The first match starts on I believe is it Friday or Saturday? The first match.
I believe it's Friday.
Yeah,
Friday. So America against Colombia. So I think the first things that I want to really look at Chile because in Chile they're the defending champions and they're going in there as one of the favorites. Because if we say that if Messi isn't fully fit, if the Cannibal isn't going to play, then I believe that you know what Chile are the clear outstanding favorites. Because Alexis Sanchez is going to be one of the best players at that tournament. So people like to talk about Alexis Sanchez. Sanchez, for me, I 100% support that guy because he is an all-action player. And he's just very, very dynamic. And I will repeat, he did not fail at Barcelona. That is a complete falsity. That's a complete lie. He's never failed in any team that he's played for. It's never happened. So, and you've also got guys like Vidal, Diaz as well. But the only thing is that I think that the home advantage that Chile had in Chile was huge. That was huge and that was massive. So them going into America, because I think that in that American territory, a lot of people will. I think Argentina and Brazil will get. No, Brazil will get the most support, 100%, followed by Argentina because of Messi. No, actually, no, followed by Colombia. Then I would say Argentina. But for Chile,
I think
I don't
America
think
will
they'll
get
get
the
much
most support. But there's one team that nobody really talks about, and in my opinion, they're actually dark horses to win the whole thing. That's Uruguay. Now take this
yeah,
into account.
exactly.
Uruguay,
That was what I was
take this
thinking
into
of
account.
too.
The center backs of Atletico Madrid are both Uruguayan. They have
Uruguayan,
Luis
yeah.
Suarez. They
No,
do have the Cavani
it's not. It's
factor.
not. Look. No. It's very simple. Uruguay. If the Cannibal plays, Uruguay are favorites. They're not dark horses. If the Cannibal plays, they're the favorites to win it, and I think they will win it. Without the Cannibal,
I still think Argentina are the favorites to win it for sure.
no. Look, Argentina, they keep on flopping too many times. No, Uruguay. Look, Cannibal has had a stupidly outstanding season. So if he plays, and as Stephanie was saying, you've got Jimenez and Godin at centre backs as well. Cavani doing his thing. But the key thing is Cannibal. If he's in that team and they've got that defense, for me, I feel they'll win it. I think they can beat Argentina. And when it comes down to it, I think they can beat them because of their defense and because of what they can do in attack. But if the Cannibal doesn't play, Cavani is crap. I'm sorry. I mean, I just have to
Yeah,
come out and say
Cavani is crap. I
you know,
agree.
the guy is garbage. So I don't think that if you're relying on him to be a main striker, Uruguay are screwed. They cannot win it. But for me, I mean, I think that for Chile, I think the only thing counts against them is that it's not on home soil because that team's amazing. That team is bloody amazing, and the key thing that they're a team. Because for Argentina, there's so much is on Messi's shoulders about Messi. You know,
Yeah, but you have to also see like Higuain had a very good season for
man, John, look, Omera, my
Napoli.
friend, man, look, I understand that, but this guy has bricks for it. Like, all because you have a very good club season doesn't mean you will have a good international tournament. Cannibal is different because he's played well. He's always played well for Uruguay all the time. But Higuain has been up and down for Argentina. So yeah, he's had an
Guys,
amazing season for Napoli. But do Napoli play similar to Argentina? Because in Napoli, the team was built completely around him and was there to serve him. Argentina, the team is built around Messi. It's there to serve Messi. It's not there to serve
Yeah.
Higuain.
what is the farthest you guys can think that you guys think will the U.S. achieve? I think they can potentially achieve the semifinals.
I think
home
they
Uh,
would.
advantage
I think probably maybe the
through
quarterfinals.
through juju magic. They can possibly achieve the semis.
so
It would be an
like
extremely
not for me.
difficult
Like I think
task.
to be honest, it's like America would have to. It will literally they will literally need some serious miracles to really get really that far, man. Because
Yeah.
because again, like if they meet like a Paraguay or like an Ecuador, it's possible. If you're not going to Colombia and you're going to like Chile, Argentina, and
Tina.
Uruguay, man, or even Mexico. That's all. The America are still struggling against Mexico,
Mexico, yeah.
and
I
like
think
Argentina and Chile can beat Mexico in their sleep. So if you're still struggling against Mexico and you're not going up a level to Argentina, because basically the only way they can beat Argentina or Chile is by luck.
I
That's it.
actually expect Mexico to do better than the US for this tournament.
No. They should. They should. I mean, because for me, I think America's only chance, I feel, is they literally have to play like a perfect tactical game. Literally, it has to be like counterattack, i.e., defensively, because obviously they have to literally give whoever they play the ball, and they're just going to counter them. So literally, physicality, stamina, fully defense, make it frustrating for those guys, tie them out, and just hit guys on the counter. That's the best way. You
Kind of
know,
like how they played in 2014 World Cup.
no, yeah. Like basically like similar to that, but I think even more defensive. I think they've got to bring in a Mourinho mindset into it because if they play open, they will get slaughtered. If they try and play open and try and just do tit for tat, they will get absolutely destroyed. They have to literally be full, like literally counterattack, defense, long ball, direct counterattack, and that's it. Because they just cannot compete on a footballing level with Colombia, Chile, Uruguay, Argentina. They can't do it. But I think, look, man. I mean, with regards to Argentina, man, it's about Messi. He's the guy because that's how Argentina have always played. Argentina, but I think it was even Zabaleta who was saying that, like, look, Argentina have always played a certain way throughout their career. They look at who the superstar is and they build a team around the superstar. They don't play like where it's teamwork. It's about who is the superstar. We build a team around the superstar. Whether it's Maradona, whether it's Riquelme, whether it's now Messi, we build it around the superstar. So for Messi, he needs to realize that this is not Barcelona. So the way in which he plays and approaches this game, he's going to approach the way he operates for Argentina in a completely different way from how he done for Barcelona. Because in Argentina, guys don't pass the ball. Everybody wants to dribble. Everybody wants to get there. They don't play the whole possession, give and go passing game. So,
There's also the
he needs to realize that.
Dybala factor as well.
Yeah, I mean, like Argentina, they also have Di Maria, and Di Maria is a very good player too.
That's very true. Di
So,
Maria as well.
Argentina, they by far definitely have the strongest squad, and I expect nothing less than the final again for Argentina.
No. But from Argentina, I think, like, look, it's the same thing. They had the best team on papier in the last Copa America, but it's like that isn't good enough. It's like, because once now get to that final, you now have to pretty much prove yourself, and it's like hence why when you're in a final, it's same thing. Look at what happened with Atletico against Bayern and Barcelona. On paper, Bayern should easily have beaten Atletico, but when you now face that team in that match, you have to. It's 11v11. So all that.
You know what's an even better example of that? Look at Holland in the World Cup. That squad was not amazing. The things that Van Gaal and Robin were doing with that squad was ridiculous. If your tactics are correct, you will get far.
Yeah.
No, because you know what? Like, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, look, America are not winning this thing. I can bet my life on that. But it's like I just have a very funny feeling that they may do a lot better than what people may think. Because I just think that's because they know that they're going in as underdogs. A lot of their guys.
I mean, definitely the home support is going to play.
Oh, the support is going to be unreal.
yeah, the home support is going to definitely play a big factor for them. And
People think that in USA there's not a lot of fans of football, and that's not
no,
necessarily the
no,
case. The US has a
that
lot of
no,
Latin American citizens,
yeah,
and a lot of them like I've been to games in the MLS, and there is an amazing atmosphere. So who knows? Who knows what could happen?
Oh, no, no, no. For me, I think like literally, like I think for America, I think based off the World Cup and just how like America like sort of like embraced that World Cup and Obama getting involved, I think that they will really embrace this Copa America. And I think that this will really generate a lot of interest. And I think obviously it's a shame that Neymar isn't playing, because obviously he's going to go to the Olympics, but literally everyone is there, and the main thing is that Messi is there, So a lot of the big players will be at this Copa America, so it will definitely get a lot of, and even the news channels as well, it will get a lot of focus because it's like, it's the 100th version of it. I think this is the oldest football tournaments like in the world. Like, so basically this is a very meaningful tournament. So, and it's a big deal that it's in America, and because it's such a meaningful tournament, and I think the oldest football tournament, it will have so much of the media hype around it. So I think that's fact, because then for America, hence why I said it will not be through skill that they get to, let's say, a semi-final. It will be through the support, hard work, and luck, man. But the main thing is that Klinsmann literally has to get his team to be extremely organized. Because again, look at Greece. Greece in '04. Greece had no business winning that European Cup. No business. Like Czech Republic, that was when Rosicki was one of the best attacking midfielders in the world.
Portugal flopped, man. Portugal flopped in that final.
yeah. For
No, I mean, but you can
final.
say that they flopped, but I think for me, Greece, like I think Ray Hagel or whoever their coach was, they just played tactically. They were perfect. Because literally, if they were not perfect tactically, there's no way in hell they win that thing. The only way they won it was that, because it wasn't even really luck. Because when I watched all of their games, tactically they were just perfect. Like defensively, nobody made any mistakes, disciplined, and they took their chance when it came to them. So literally, tactically, strategically, they were perfect. So for America, I think if they follow the thing of like, look, man, you have to be defensively organized, and literally everybody, because if they're not perfect, they're not going to win. Like if they're not perfect tactically, Messi will literally do past 2-3 guys and just kill. Because again, America don't have a Di Maria, a Messi, a Cuadrado, what's it called, Alexis Sanchez. They don't have a guy who can get past 4 guys and score.
They don't have a world-class player.
I love Messi, but if he makes the finals and flops again with Argentina in America, that would be extremely detrimental, in my opinion, to his career. Like the way I view him personally, because if you can't do it with your nation, like, are you really the best of all time? I think
like Messi. No, I think the only advice I have for Messi is that don't you dare get to a final and not win it. Go out in a semi or a quarter. But don't go all the way to a final, a third consecutive final, and lose. Don't do it.
Yeah.
So literally, I'm warning him, man. Leo, man, I'm warning you. Don't go to a third final and just break it up and lose, because that would be stupid. Because literally, as I say, that would literally undermine everything he's done in the Champions League. Everything is done. So
yeah, I think. I personally would like a Argentina-Uruguay final. I think that would be the perfect game.
That would be the dream final.
Especially with the way Suarez played this season. It's going to be really interesting to see how Suarez and Messi playing on opposite teams in the final.
I think my dream final besides that final would probably be Chile versus Uruguay. I don't want to see Chile versus Argentina again. That game was pretty boring in my opinion.
No,
but I want to see Chile versus Uruguay. That would be a balling match.
Okay. So you guys don't give America any chance of reaching the final?
I'd say Juju Magic semis and possibly quarters, but Juju Magic they would need to get to semis.
I think the furthest America will get to is the quarterfinals, but obviously depending on the teams they play, because sometimes teams get lucky, they get easy teams and they just go on the ride, but Um,
I mean,
I I
I'm
really don't see.
I'm trying to conceive of. I mean, is there a way that they could beat like Argentina or Chile or Uruguay? It's like because again, it's like for America's like I mean, okay, you got your guy Jose Altuve. I mean, I like that guy. What's his name? The bald-headed guy. In
Oh, the
the
guy that played for
Oh, are you
Roma.
talking about Bradley?
yeah,
Yeah, he
Bradley.
Yeah,
he plays for my
Bradley. Yeah.
local. He plays for my local team.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, look, no,
Yeah.
that guy is good. I think I think that's their most important player. You know, um, so I think really, if a guy like Michael Bradley really has a really good game in midfield and can really do the counter attack, I mean, maybe America have a chance. But I think what I say to people that football, this is a very skill based game, and if you have two or three really great players, man, that really makes a difference. But then again, America are not Germany because Germany do have very good players, but again, Germany don't have like a kind of superstar like Messi, like an individual superstar on the
Yeah,
level
they
of
don't.
Messi. But as a team, they beat Argentina. They beat them with Messi, with Di
Yeah,
Maria and all those people.
because
So
because all round they had all super world class players, but they didn't necessarily need to have a superstar because every individually most of the players, apart from maybe Germany's Argentina's attack, for the other parts of the team, they were a better team.
And let's face it, Messi didn't have the best semis and final in that tournament. Messi was
No, he didn't.
incredible in the group stage in the World Cup, but he
Yeah,
just
I
didn't really
think I
deliver.
think when it got to the knockout stages, Di Maria was Argentina's best player.
Yep, and then that injury struck, and we all know what happened from there.
Yeah.
yeah, man, that's crazy. But okay, look, so I mean, look, man. So before we pop off, so if you're gonna pick a Copa America winner, who would you pick?
Um, logically, Chile. Illogically, Uruguay.
Uh, I don't know. I just think it's time for Argentina to win it. I think it's your
Oh,
time.
look, man, you can't
I
say it's
think
time to win it. Just, I mean, if you had to pick a team, like based on what you know of the teams going in there, who would you pick? No, it's time, man.
yeah, I'm going for Argentina.
Basically, for me, I think it's simple. If Cannibal Suarez is fit, Uruguay win. If he's not fit, if he's not fit, you know what? It's probably going to be Argentina. And that's pretty much if the Cannibal is not fit, I don't think Chile can do it not on their home soil.
Guys,
Colombia are not strong enough.
with that defense, do you really think Argentina can do? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
can they really do it with that defense though?
yeah. You don't need no. Trust me.
Yeah.
There's times you don't really need it. If your attack pops off and your defense just holds firm. Remember, they've still got Mascherano who can pop off in there. So I think that's not really a big deal. So really for Argentina, man, because I look at the other teams because Brazil are not even in the conversation. Without Neymar, Brazil are not even in the conversation. Paraguay, Ecuador just don't have the kind of quality. Chile, look, man, Chile. I just think that they were really that home soil played a huge factor. And I think them not on a home soil semis. They'll get to the semis and they'll get taken out in the semis. But I think that's it because I think Cannibal he's had such a big year that if he's in our Uruguay team with their defense, with their tactics and how they play, they're just a very difficult. Even without him, they're very difficult to beat. But with him, they're difficult to beat and they can beat you as well. So
Have hope. I hate to beat a dead horse. I really want to ask you this question.
go for
How
it.
would you view Mourinho in the grand aspect of football if he somehow wins the Premier League next year? How would you view him?
No, for me, and I think I even answered you when he said that. I think basically if Mourinho wins, let's say, and this is just being stupid, if Mourinho wins the treble with United, then they might as well crown him as the greatest of all time, 100%. If he wins the league with United, it depends on who he has. If he buys like 2, 3 great players, then commend him. And that will just raise his status. If he does it with this team, If he does it with this team, call him the greatest of all time. As in, because there is no way he can do it with this team. If he wins the Premiership with this team,
which players do you think Mourinho should get at United?
I think Ibra still has 1 or 2 good more seasons. Ibra's not the best player, but I mean he still can deliver with the amount of decent goals in the Premiership.
No, I don't know. You know what? Even if I don't think it's possible, if Mourinho could get his hands on Lewandowski somehow.
No.
I don't think that would happen.
No. But then I'm just putting it out there because I'm trying to think because Mourinho always needs that really good striker. If he gets his hands on Lewandowski, and you already see what Martial could do, I think Mourinho just needs a strong central midfield. I think they get like a Kante. If you can get like someone like Kante in midfield, get another nice central defender like a Socrates, then get a really good striker. Ditch just Rooney, put Rooney like as put Rooney as like a guy playing in the hole. Martial as maybe like a supporting striker that plays like an attacking winger. Then you've got obviously Rashford as well, but just a quality striker. And
could you imagine if Mourinho signs Harry Kane? That would be pretty phenomenal.
I mean, but I'm not sure whether Harry Kane would move though. But I think basically, if he just gets a really good striker, then that he's balling, man. Guys, look, man, I'm out, man. Peace out.